Hello, hello. Okay, I'm just gonna go to my phone and find the other page so I don't miss any comments. It's just finishing. Sorry, the dishwasher just went really loud all of a sudden. But it's just finishing, so ignore that noise. Okay. Let's see. Hi, I got 5 people watching. Beautiful. Please say hello and tell me anything you would love to know about crystals, because we're going to have a bit of a chat. I've got some here in front of me. We're going to have a little chat. I'm just going to find, because I'm live on Spirit Readings page and Spiritual Events Directory. So I'm just opening Spiritual Events on my phone so I can make sure I can see the live and comments there too. Turning the sound down. Like my little headpiece today, I'll put on, oh, wrong way, one of my crystals decoration to show you, because I'm going to just talk about lots of different, hello, lots of different, a lot of you will already know all about crystals. So if you got any questions, just ask, but I'm just going to cover some basics about the colors, the different shapes, different ways you can use them. So yeah, hit me up. Okay. I don't see comments on Spirit Readings page yet, so I'm going to say hello to make sure it's awake. Awesome. How is everybody? Good morning. Oh, it's actually afternoon here now. Where are you from if you're saying good morning, or did you just get mixed up and you thought it was still morning? Hello, Dana, Tracy, Kat, Marie. I'm not doing readings straight away because we like to talk about different things for your psychic development. So every week that I'm on, I talk about a different topic to help you on your journey. So if you're not interested in that, you can just come back in about 20 minutes. But if you want to learn something, stick around. That'd be great. Okay. Ooh, we'd love to know which crystal is best for the throat chakra. Great question. I will definitely tell you about that. Especially when you're doing lives like this and you need your throat chakra nice and clear. Oh, good morning from the UK. Wow, good afternoon from us. Hope you're doing amazing. Good vibes coming your way, Tracy. Just catching up while everyone's tuning in. Beautiful. Oh, crystals for depression. Yep, definitely. Hello, hello. Beautiful. Thank you for saying hello, guys. And smash the heart button if you feel so inclined. I love all the love. Yeah, so crystals. Who already uses crystals or knows about crystal reading, or you have a favorite? If you're able to post photos on here, I'm not sure if you can, but I'd love to see them. If there's anything you want to show, or just tell me what you have, or if there's something you're not sure about. I've got a couple of questions already, so that's fantastic. I'm at home, so I've only got a few crystals to show from home. A lot of mine are at work. Oh, and the importance of cleaning crystals. Yes, I will definitely talk about that. Great, I love it. Thank you so much for commenting and interacting. That's amazing. So then I know what you guys want to hear about. So, crystals come in all different shapes and sizes, as you would have seen when you go to markets, and some of the ones that you own yourself, things like that. Hi from Queensland, Sarah. Today I'm wearing, I thought I'd put it on because I went to my crystal cabinet and I put this one on that I bought at a market. Hi Jody, that I absolutely love. This is So Delight, and I was backwards in here. It's just a tiny little crystal, but it's going right in the third eye, and this one's for helps with meditation and connecting your intuition and things. So this is one I would wear. You could wear it whenever you want to, really, when you're meditating or something, or because I do markets and things like that, I like to wear it just to like help me connect even more, and because it looks funky. I feel like I'm a bit 60s retro when I'm wearing a headband like this, which is cool. So yeah, you can wear them on you. You can wear them as jewelry, like most people would have things like chip bracelets, things like this. Yeah, that's how when I started out getting crystals, I always had chip bracelets and necklaces. So there's just different qualities of crystals, things. So, the chip bracelets and things, they're not very expensive. They're just usually going to be like a lower grade crystal. doesn't mean they don't work. They do their thing, they do what they need it for. And I just want to say, there's different crystals for specific things, right? Usually to do with the colors of the chakras and things like that. They're obviously associated with, although some crystals can be a completely different color to the chakra area that it says it's good for, which is still fine. But it doesn't mean, it doesn't mean it's just because it's lower grade doesn't mean it's not gonna work. You can have a small crystal that's a really high grade and high grade strength. It's this big, and it's more potent than this baby, for example. This is my smoky quartz for grounding, and I'm gonna have to put it down because it's so heavy. So this is beautiful. I have this near our back door for grounding and cleansing and anchoring the space. So it's beautiful to get if you're just having one of those days where you just want to clear any negative energy and vibes off you. So the size of it would amplify and be bigger, and depends on the shape as well. This one's sort of like all the different rocky edges. It sort of just disperses the energy nice and evenly, which is just beautiful. And the size of that would mean it's quite strong, and I know where it's from. It's a raw piece that hasn't been played around with, tampered with, and touched by many people. So that's that one. But then, for example, I will have something strong like this. Okay, I don't know if you can see them there. This is Shungite. Has anyone heard of Shungite? Just want to hold it up for you. So Shungite is very, very strong. I wouldn't play with it right off when you're just learning about crystals, because it can be a bit, it's quite, if you're ready for intense healing and awakening, you can play with Shungite. It's just a bit more deep. And so I don't know all the details of every single crystal. Sometimes if I don't know, I tune in and ask, or I look it up myself, or just whatever feels good. It's nice to have them around you. There's a few things I've learned along the way, like I wouldn't, excuse the bell. Yeah, I've noticed some people seem to have too many different kinds of crystals around them. So if you've got having trouble sleeping, for example, and you have lots of crystals next to your bed, different kinds, for example, like a pile of different tumblestones, it could be because the energies are all mixing up and it might be a bit too much for you, too many things going on. And not all crystals actually like hanging out together. So if you're wearing one, for example, say I was wearing this sodalite bracelet. Oh, I've got double happening today. And then you went to go put a ring on, a piece of jewelry. Like, if you're okay and trusting your intuition, you could ask if it's okay to wear them together for you for that day, because sometimes it might be like, it's a bit too much, or they're conflicting energies, or so just feel into it and see what you feel like. If it feels good together. You sleep with Shungite under your pillow. Is that good? Wow, that's pretty strong. So if you've been having lucid dreams and big things going on and you want more rest, you might want to lose the Shungite. But if you're sleeping well and that's really great, then it's fine, as long as you're happy with it and it feels good. There's just so many different ways I can talk about it. Which one should I do first? So somebody asked about cleansing. So crystals have different energies, and I've learned along the way. So most people would say to recharge them or cleanse them, you put them out with a full moon, which I definitely agree with. Although that's definitely great for cleansing, but to recharge some of them, it wouldn't really suit, because some of them are more sun-based, for example, like orange calcite or citrine, or the yellowy orange ones, fiery stones, those that are associated with sun energy. You can cleanse them in the full moon energy, but they're not going to recharge that much. It's the opposite energy. It's more of a sleeping energy for such a bright, intense crystal. So you can look into that a little bit more, about the types of crystals and what they would use to recharge them, because cleansing and recharging them are a bit different. When you first get a crystal, definitely cleanse it, because you don't know, it sounds bad, you don't know where it's been and what energies it's picked up along the way. I don't care about sharing my crystals and letting other people touch them and things like that. That's not an issue for me. I just cleanse them if I feel like. When I feel like, I'll pick a crystal up and just think, I feel like this one needs cleansing. So when it's a full moon, I have a tray and I'll get them out and lay them all out, whichever ones I feel like. Not all of them every time. The ones that get a lot of use that are in high traffic areas, or I have one on my microwave, for example, so that gets to help balance out the microwave radiation. So that one should get cleansed regularly because it's getting a lot of use, especially with kids. And ones that you wear, like if you wear a necklace, so I've got a couple here, for example. So wearing one, people would wear them often, or you just pop them in your bra, like the tumblestone kind of shape. I have tumblestones, for example, like, you know, everyone's seen these kind of ones that are much cheaper to get if you're starting out, if you want a tumblestone. The good ones for women often pop them in their bra. It's just I've got some friends who do that a lot, and then they'll forget, and then they take their bra off at the end of the day, and then hear all the tumblestones drop onto the floor. So yeah, that can be a problem sometimes, but yeah, losing them or forgetting. But yeah, like, and the shapes also have a lot of meaning too. So it can be not just a crystal, but the shapes. This one's a heart shape, and it's got pink, so that's definitely for the heart chakra. But you can also have animal shapes, for example, if you want to also associate with animal healing or the energies of a spirit animal, for example. Like I have a little frog here. How cute is he? So you get them carved into different shapes. And so who's got an animal? Who's got an animal shaped crystal? I have lots of different ones. It's an elephant. I'll hold it up there so you can see him a bit better. Which is good for the microwave, please. Ah, yes, I'll just grab mine to show you, since I'm right next to it. I'm sure there's plenty, but I have fluorite next to the microwave because I did read about that once. The fluorite is good for the microwaves. I'm sure there's heaps of others that are good for that too. So he's there. So that's one I cleanse often, every full moon at least. What else? Oh, so different shapes. There's just so many things to talk about. One of my favorite crystals, which is totally underrated, is clear quartz. This one I have in a macrame necklace that my friend made me. It's the kind where you can take any crystal, you can take the crystal out and change it over, but I never do. I just love this one in there. So the clear quartz is just beautiful. It's for magnifying. So anything you wear it with is going to amplify it. So if you want to work with this particular crystal and you want to make the energy stronger, team it up with clear quartz. And clear quartz does all the chakras, just because it's not as popular because it's just clear. It's not as pretty to some people as like the really funky looking colorful ones. So I have a beautiful one here. So if you can I can hold it up, sorry, and show you the different shapes. And this is all natural. They just naturally grew in their little triangles. How cool is that? So yeah, you can go into so much detail about crystals because there's ones that are record keepers. I haven't got one of those yet. I would like one of those. So you can access past history and knowledge. Yeah, quartz is just beautiful. Quartz is a great one to put in your drinking water because it's also going to cleanse your chakras and cleanse you from the inside as well, and just keep you nice and shiny. There's also some that if it's raining, or if you wanted to put it with water, I wouldn't put anything that ends in ite, like selenite, for example. And a lot of you might have seen this baby. Here's a big version. This is a selenite lamp that has the hole in the bottom. So it's just like a salt lamp. You can put the light in there, and there's a little divot here where the cord will come out. But selenite is the kind that will dissolve in water. So if you left it out and it rained, or you kept putting it in water, it's actually would be poisonous to you if you drink the water that this would dissolve into. So I wouldn't use selenite or any other kind of soda light. I'm pretty sure that's the rule. Any that end in ite, the word ite, you wouldn't put in water because they can dissolve. It could be toxic. So just be careful of that before you do mix anything in water. Some of my other favorites. This one. This is howlite. This is great for me right now, although we have a kid-free week this week. But when it's that time of the month for me, howlite is the crystal that keeps my mood even. So I usually I have a crystal necklace as well with a piece on there, and I wear that one when I think of it. But it also goes with the shapes. This one's called howlite if you're interested in that, ladies, to help you with moods and imbalance. But it's probably, I have so many favorites, but howlite, Howlite, is just yeah, it's just a great one that for that energy. But then I wanted to talk about also the shapes and points. So has anyone done crystal gridding before? Because crystal gridding, you know, when you see someone make the pretty patterns, sometimes you see it on a nice board with the shapes, and you can do different kinds of patterns yourself just intuitively. You don't have to follow any rules. You can use like the little pieces, like I have this bag of chips, like all the little broken bits. Like sometimes when you break a bracelet like this, and I keep all the little chips if it snaps, because they're great for crystal gridding. So when you want to do a nice pattern on a board or on a table or somewhere like that, and then the little ones can go in between to make the pretty patterns, just putting things wherever you're guided. You might want to have something with a point in the middle of the grid to send the energy up and amplify. You can do grids for anything, just have an intention of what you would like it to be for. So when I do a cleansing in somebody's house, I will do a crystal grid first when I get there with my own crystals, and I'll stay there for the duration of the time that I'm there. Sometimes I even put oracle cards in there, say, because maybe they want to cleanse a house and then you want to move home and attract the right buyers and then bring in the perfect house for you. So I'd pick oracle cards specifically out of the deck, or about change and journey and new home or things like that, whatever the cards say, and put them within, and gratitude, and put them within the crystal grid, and then have crystals there amplifying. So you might have some things like this with points, and then the little ones in between. You can put flowers, you can put money, you can put anything you like in the grid. So it would be great if any of you haven't done that before to try that for any intention you have. One of my daughters has a crystal grid on a board. She bought the board with a pattern on it, and she makes the crystal grid and she slides it under her bed to help her sleep and have good dreams and things like that. So whatever your intention is when you're making the crystal grid will be for that. If you have a crystal and you're not sure what it's for, or you want it to be for something specific, you can also just set the intention in the crystal. I do that for some people when they might bring a crystal to me, and I'll just hold it and set the intention there for them. But you can do it yourself. I just might be quicker at it because I do it all the time. I don't know. Or if you're not confident in making sure that you're doing it right, I can do it for you. But yeah, so this one is orange, for example. This is orange calcite probably. Yeah. And it's just a tumblestone. And so I normally would associate that with the sacral chakra, because that's the area, that's the color of the sacral chakra. So yeah, you could want it to be for something else. It doesn't have to be for issues around that area. You can make it something else. So you just hold the crystal and set your intention in it, and think about what you want it to be for. You might want it to be for abundance or clarity or whatever it is, and just hold it and ask it to fill with the intention of what that purpose that you want it for. That's all you have to do. Everything's energy, remember. I talk about this all the time. If you're new with me, yeah, it's always trying to help people understand how important energy is, and you create what you think about. Where is, I brought one that I cannot see. Well, there it is, under the computer, because I have it raised a little bit. This baby. Okay, ladies, this one will help you. This one, and oh my god, I've just gone, crocite. This one's some Tasmanian Australian crystal. Doesn't look that sexy from here. I'll just try to show you there's different brightnesses. This is a darker kind of one. This one I have at my bedside. Not that I really need it anymore, but talking about the sacral chakra, this one is my go-to for women who have struggling with strong libido and feeling sexy and confident and beautiful, and maybe they're knocking back their husbands a lot and wish they had a bit more energy and things like that, or want to balance their periods and hormones and stuff like that. So this is a savior. This is the strongest one that I've come across that really, really works wonders. So the kind of crystal that you might want to put on your lower abdomen and meditate with and tune in with, and then keep it by your bedside. So it's called crocoite, which is spelled Crocoite, I think. So that's just one I recommend to lots of people that I work with for that area, just to help you get jiggy with it again. So anything else? Other people asked me some questions about, so throat chakra. Somebody asked me about the throat chakra. Because the throat chakra is blue, I would just recommend any crystal that is blue, because that's for the throat chakra. So, and again, you can set the intention. If you have a crystal and you want it to help you with your throat chakra, to speak more clearly or have more courage to be authentic, whatever it is, you've set the intention in the crystal to do that. Cleanse them whenever you feel like they need it. High traffic ones that you use a lot will need cleansing more often. Other ones that might just be sitting in a bag in a room and you don't get them out that often or something, you might not need to cleanse as often. You can cleanse them in different ways too. It doesn't have to just be with a full moon. Imagine if you feel like your crystal needs cleansing and you're like, oh, it's a new moon, I've got to wait ages. You do not have to. If it's a crystal that doesn't end in ite, you can cleanse with fresh water, not your tap water, real water. So like in a stream, purified water, something like that. You can cleanse them in, just run them under some water for a little while. You can cleanse with fire. I wouldn't actually burn it, but you can just wave it over a flame. Again, it depends on the type of crystal. If it's not a fire in it, if you want to make it really specific, you can check the element of the crystal, like look it up and see what would work better. You can cleanse it in wind. Just think of all the elements, putting it outside in the wind, because you can cleanse yourself in wind. If you're standing, if you're standing outside on a windy day, and the trees are blowing like crazy, just stand there and ask the wind to take away anything that you don't need. And you can do that with your crystal as well. You can bury it in the earth. I would just put something there so you don't forget where you buried it. That's all. Because crystals are from the ground, so burying it in dirt overnight would just be such a beautiful cleansing because it's connecting back to where it came from. What crystals are good to keep in drinking water for energy? Well, yes, clear quartz, which is my favorite to keep in drinking water, but you can use any as long as it's not like selenite, the kind that dissolves. Oh, you can see that now in the picture. That's good. As long as it's not selenite or other crystals ending in ite, because they can be toxic. But any other kind of crystal that you feel drawn to that doesn't have little bits that will flake off, like this one, the crocite that I showed before. It's a bit fragile, so little bits come off, so then you don't want that in your water. So a solid polished crystal, for example, might be a bit better to put in there. But my favorite for that is clear quartz, depending on your intention. So you can get crystals, like I tend to really love raw crystals that haven't been played with and carved. I like them more. That's just me. I have another beautiful one here. This is Shungite. This one is a beautiful one for meditation. The kids want it. Yeah, you can look them up. There's just all the crystals just do beautiful things. Yeah, so I just love the raw chunky pieces like this. But then certain ones are carved certain ways, like for animals and points. They're really great for dispersing the energy in a certain way too. Like the crystal trees, how they have lots of little chips that disperses the energy in different directions, like things with different points. Like a crystal with lots of different points shooting out in different places would be beautiful to have on your dining table, for example, when you're having a family meal and you want to initiate really good conversation. And to even better, make it one that's got blue properties, or a crystal that is for communication. And then it'll just help spread out so everybody has a great day, and great chats. And it's just all beautiful energy, for example. So a round crystal like a sphere, you're just going to have a more even tone and balance. And then pointy ones are just going to send the energy in particular directions, and you can use the points in your crystal gridding to direct the energy where you want it to go as well. What else? So here I have example crystal. This is a crystal. It doesn't look that exciting because it's just a normal slab. But if this was all, I don't have the polished version on me, but the difference is amazing when it's been all polished and shiny. It just looks so much prettier. So they're usually cheaper like this, but it's just as strong. So if you don't mind that it doesn't, like this little broken piece is so powerful, and it's not going to work any less, actually probably work better than a beautiful polished piece that's cut into a heart or something, because it hasn't been played with. It's just like it is. Because some crystals will have chemicals and things put on them to help them get a certain way. So yeah, depends. I don't know how you can find that out exactly. You can get dyed crystals as well. Hello, Julia. Sorry, Julie, not Julia. Oh no, it is Julia. Oh my gosh, I'm going blind with my glasses on. So you can get crystals that are dyed. Like I know Howlite that I showed you before. You can get it blue, but it's not naturally blue, so it's dyed. But then you have the benefit of the chakra or the energy of the color therapy being into the crystal too. So it's up to you. It's not, if you don't want to have dyed crystals, don't get dyed crystals. Some of them just look amazing, and you think that's too good to be true, that color, and it's usually because it's been dyed or played with. Yeah, and then you have like ones like these that are just gorgeous and being cut. You can see all the glitter when they're cut in half. Like they come as a whole, and then you cut them and they just look beautiful on the inside. You can get big versions. Amethyst is fantastic for cleansing other crystals. Just trying to think of all the little tips and hints that I know over the years. Amethyst is just amazing for that. So that's another way to cleanse another crystal. So if you have like a big piece, for example, I've got a tiny piece with me to show you. But if you have a bigger one, you could put a tumblestone or something on it that you want to cleanse on the amethyst overnight, for example, and it will cleanse it ready for the next day, because that's what it does. So you don't need to cleanse the amethyst much because it's self-cleansing. So yeah, I'm wearing a crystal. It's my engagement ring, actually. I don't know if you can see that very well. This is moonstone. Oh, it's very hard to see, but this one catches the light, which is beautiful. And this is for new beginnings. Oh, so many things. And it was just perfect. So that's what we chose to be my crystal when I got engaged, because it just matched us and our union and everything it represented really beautifully. And it's a raw piece as well. I didn't want to get it like a diamond cut piece, so you can see it's kind of uneven. So it's on a bit of a slant there, but it's perfect. Yes, awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you love my little crown. This is Soda Light. That's what I was explaining before at the start. So if you came in later and you want to learn a little bit more, just go back, because I've finished chit-chatting now. So I'll do some card readings for anyone who's tuning in, whoever I can get time to get around to. I'll just move the mouse and make some space. There's going to be good energy with the readings today because I'm surrounded by all these crystals. Big smoky on one side and then the selenite on the other side. So beautiful. Awesome. So anyone else have any more questions about crystals that I haven't answered or I missed? Please let me know. I might even be able to tune in if there's wondering on my cards. I don't have my crystal cards with me today, but I could even tune in and see what crystal you need if you want to know that, rather than getting a card reading. Awesome. So for my cards, peoples, they are great for specific questions. So rather than asking for just a card, I would like you to ask me a question, because then you'll get a more specific answer and I'll be able to get to more people in the time, which is really great, because then I can do lots of mini readings. So hit me up. So a specific question means don't just say around relationships. What do you want to know about your relationship? Yep, we'll get nice and specific, and then I'll check in. So that, because they're energy oracle cards, they're fantastic for say it is a relationship question and you've met someone new and you want to know if they're a time waster or not. You tell me their name. You don't have to tell me their name if you want to keep it private, but it just makes it quicker for me to connect with them. You can say I'll say what's the energy around that person, and then the two of you in a relationship. So I might pick 2 cards for that. Things like that. So okay, someone wants to about your career. So what do you want to know about your career? So yeah, don't just tell me what the topic is. Ask me exactly, with your career, if it's you want to know if you should stay where you are or change to something else, or what does it look like if I leave, or what's coming up, what's the energy around me getting a promotion, or things like that. That's what I need to look at to make it more specific for you. Okay. You wear obsidian when I have to be around people. You feel you have bad energy. No, honey. If you expect, that's a bit of a thing about crystals and protection too. My belief is if you expect to be surrounded by negative energy, you're more likely to attract it. I actually don't wear any crystals for protection because I don't believe I'm around. I don't need protection because I'm not going to be around anything negative. Sounds a bit, that's just how I am. I shine so brightly. Negativity doesn't find me. That's my belief. But if you feel like you need to wear something like obsidian or snowflake obsidian, I quite like, especially for children, if they feel like they need to have protection from, if they're empathetic and they need protection from lower vibrations. Because the snowflake makes it a bit not so harsh. It's black with white patterns through it. So that can help. as well, if you feel like, if you're guided to wear something like that. All right, Tracy, so will your career ambitions come through for you? All right, let's have a look at the energy around that. So instead of a yes or no question, I'm asking, what's the energy around Tracy's career ambitions? There we go. So we'll just have a look exactly what's coming up around that. So then we'll know where you're at. So if it's like you're on the right track, we'll get a card sort of explaining that to you. So let's have a look. What's the energy around Tracy's career ambitions? I just got told to uncross my feet. I often get told that when I'm doing readings, to make sure I'm really grounded for you, especially since I've got all this crystal energy. But I do have the smoking quartz next to me, so that's keeping me one grounded and one amplified. So I've got both energies on either side of me, which is great. Energy around Tracy's career ambitions. Okay. I'm going to pull 2 cards for that. I usually just go with whatever I'm guided to draw, which is interesting. Sometimes I need to draw 1, 2, 4 cards, whatever it is. And I just do what I'm told. All right. The energy around your career ambitions is it's a little bit conflicted actually, honey. We have the card of attachment, which shows me that you're sort of stuck in the job, or you feel like you're stuck in the job. Actually, I'm just getting a little bit. So she's changed to this post, and she has this attachment there, like feeling like she can't move forward. But the Angel of Love card shows me the energy of your ambitions is just beautiful, and from a heart-centered space, yeah, you just have a really great intention, and it's being championed, or the universe is supporting that. It's just that there's attachments there you need to let go of to be able to move forward. So this for you might be the courage to leave a job that you're in where you'll be, it can be really hard. Say, for example, and this happens all the time, it might be really hard to leave a job that's a toxic environment or somewhere you're not happy, because you want to make sure the next job is going to be earning you enough income first. But sometimes you need to let go of the old one to bring in that fresh energy. So then it will just flow. So it's that lesson in letting go and trusting the universe has your back. So that's what the attachment is, feeling a bit stuck. And it could be your own mentality of like not quite sure about your confidence, or it could be that you're stuck in this workplace and you need to let go of it. So have a look into that, honey, to see. But the universe definitely supports your career choice and is trying to help you. So look out for the signs that they're showing you. Okay, Dana would love to know what crystals you need. Awesome. All right, I'll have a little tune in for you. I'm going to have draw a card here to go with it, just in case we get a chakra card as well, because then that will help. It'll help look at the area you need the crystal for, whatever this card that comes up. So I'm going to just tune into you, Dana, and see like the energy around what's going on for you that you need a crystal for the most. So if it doesn't tell me the specific crystal, I will get shown what you need a crystal for, and then you can look up, say it's for anxiety, you can look up crystals for anxiety. Okay, so then yeah, we'll have a look. What do you need a crystal for? So what type do you need? Okay, beautiful. What's going on with Dana? Okay. This might make you giggle. There's Fabio. Man holding heart. All right. So I'd love to know, Dana, are you in a relationship or looking for one, or you're dealing with a male energy at the moment that's got you all over the place, something like that? Yeah. Yeah. I just automatically started doing this. I'm not even hot, so it's like, whoo. Okay. There's an energy of balance here. So oh, Dana, did you just miss that? Because it just said you're watching. Did it tune out? This is your card. It just said you're watching, so you must have disappeared and come back again. This is your card about what crystal to use. So does that make sense for you? Man holding heart. Are you in a relationship or looking for one, or need some help with the balance of masculine and feminine? Oh, there you go, feminine energy. Right. So crystal for you would to be for self-love, is what I'm being shown. So anything pink or green, I would get rhodocrostonite actually is what I'm just tuning in with, because I just got drawn to the pieces I have here. Rhodocrostonite is, this one doesn't look as pretty because it's raw slab, like a broken piece that's been like, but when they're polished, it's shiny and pink and amazing. So just go for whatever you're drawn to. Rhodocrostonite is way stronger than, say, rose quartz, for example. This is about deep healing within yourself. But otherwise, green crystals as well, because it's also the heart chakra. So to bring in the right person for you, there's some internal messy, getting to know yourself, loving yourself work to do to bring in the right partner, because otherwise you're going to bring in another lesson. And I just heard another lesson, so I don't think you want another lesson right now. So that's what I'm being shown. Okay, beautiful. Just going to have a look on this page to see if I've got... Is study on the cards for you, Maria? Okay, let's have a look. I like the question, study on the cards. Huh, aren't you hilarious? All right, so how I'll ask that, because that's a yes or no question, I will reword that to, what's the universe think of Maria's studying this year? There you go, so we'll see energy around that. And when I say the universe, it's your higher self I'm talking to. Your whole soul doesn't fit in your body, otherwise you'd explode. So I communicate with the you that's in the other dimensions, that knows all your past lives and all your history and everything you've learned and what you should be learning this year. So yeah, that's who I chat with. And that's who you really do chat with. Even when you chat with your own spirit guides, it's all connecting back to yourself. All right, so let's see what's on the cards for Maria regarding study. What's the universe think of you studying this year? All right. Bit of a storm warning to do with studying. So maybe it's going to be, wrong card. Maybe it'll be a bit hard. It's not like saying, no, don't do it. The storm warning is something that's just giving you a heads up that it could be a bit trickier. Or maybe life is a bit too chaotic for you this year and it might need to just be put off for a little while, okay? The second card to go with that was the Sacral Chakra card, the orange energy, the creativity, that's your inner goddess, your motivation, your sexuality, how you feel about yourself. So there might be some work to do on that more first. Yeah. Or pursuing some creative outlets might be something that's more on the cards for you this year. Or it could be to do, the studying is to do with creativity or sexuality or female energy, inner goddess work, that kind of thing. So maybe you can let me know what you were thinking about studying. But it's just giving you, this one's giving you a bit of a heads up that if issues come up, you can deal with it, you can get things under control, but it's not going to be easy. So maybe it's about integrating that into your life with work and the other important things you need to do. So it's not telling you no, it's just giving you a heads up that it might not be easy as you would like. Bummer. Tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Mel has asked, what crystals will help my daughter sleep and stop bad dreams, please? Oh, darling. Okay. To help sleep and stop bad dreams, it feels like base chakra crystals would be better, because when you're using stuff to do with the crown and the third eye, that's activating and waking up and the overthinking and making everything very active. So smoky quartz is what I'm being shown for her specifically. And a heart chakra based crystal like rose quartz, especially for children. I do something softer like rose quartz. Yeah, rose quartz and smoky quartz is what I'm being shown for Mel's daughter, Mel Triffett. Yeah, that feels good for her specifically. And just to regularly cleanse them, especially if they're in her room, to cleanse them every week. So in the wind or out properly when it's a full moon, but otherwise those two crystals can be in water, so just fresh water, not tap water, or wave it over a flame. Yeah, just regular cleansing and just positive energy. Ask whatever's bothering her to leave, like just ask her to imagine anything that's going on in her head before she sleeps, to release down through her chakras, out through her base chakra into the ground, and send it to Mother Earth to transmute into love before she goes to sleep every night. And then she can imagine putting herself in a bubble of beautiful energy to help her feel safe and protected and amazing while she sleeps. Just have that intention every night before she goes to sleep is very important. That's for anybody listening as well. Just helps you, because sometimes we go off and do things in our sleep. Like we astral travel, we do all different things. We connect with the other lives we have in other dimensions. I know that's a bit big, but we do all sorts of different things that we are unaware of and go to different places, and we might need a bit of protection to keep us in our bodies and to be grounded and connected in our sleep. So and kids are way more tuned in when they're younger, before they grow out of things and get told a lot of rubbish about the world. They're more tuned in. So yeah, they're often more likely to connect with loved ones and spirits and things when they're sleeping. So they could have bouts of having trouble sleeping and having dreams that they don't make sense of. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Okay, we're Friday Edwards. Struggling with friendships. I want to know if my friends want me around, or if I could possibly be hopeful to get a new friend. Oh, I definitely resonate with this one. Okay, so when every cycle, so say with the full moon, is about releasing and things that you do not need anymore. And that's why it's a good time to cleanse crystals. You're releasing anything off them you don't need. So we go through these cycles often we might lose friends because we vibrate at a higher level, especially when you're learning and growing spiritually, and then people that aren't matching your vibration anymore can often disperse, and then it feels like it sucks at the time. And you feel like, there's all different kinds of feels, and I'm sure you have your own feelings to do with this, but it can make you feel a bit low or a bit lonely sometimes. But what happens is when they shift, the people that you don't need anymore shift, it brings in energy and allows space for people that are on your vibration, your tribe, your sisterhood, or boys, whoever's your friends are. But it just allows space for them. So when friends shift out of your life, see it as a blessing, because you're just on a different page now, and we don't need to have the same friends all the time. You just might outgrow each other for whatever reason. It's also a time to look within yourself, and it's not about what's wrong with you or anything like that. It's just where am I? What's important to me? What are my values? And if friendship is a value for you and you feel like you're missing out, have a new mantra about say something every day, like every single day. I would say this just every day for at least 2 weeks, like keep at it, and say something like, I am grateful for the amazing, you can say, I like saying shiny, so amazing, shiny, helpful, thoughtful friends in my life, if that's the kind of friends that you want. And just keep saying it all the time to help bring in the right kind of friendships for you. So I'm just going to draw a card for you too, honey, and just see what the universe wants you to know about that, whether it's a confirmation or something new that I haven't. Because, it's quality over quantity. You don't want to have fake friends that aren't real, like, you know what I mean? So just seeing, like, what do I need? And what kind of people do I want around me? Because the right friends lift you up. The right friends champion you and celebrate the good things in your life. There's no jealousy, there's no animosity, there's nothing like that. So if you have anyone in your life that's like that, they're not your friend. So see ya. Why waste time? Just be surrounded by wonderful, wonderful people. You don't have to have a really big circle. So definitely quality over quantity. And what kind of friend are you being? What kind of friend, are you to people? I wouldn't give up on people, and just because if you feel like others give up on you and don't put in the effort doesn't mean you shouldn't do it either, because you attract how you feel and what you think about, okay? So don't lose your own integrity by being as bad as them either. All right, so I'm just going to draw a card for Friday, for the person, if you just tuned in. Regarding friendships or anything else she needs to know about regarding new friends. I'm going to ask new friends. Ooh. New friends. Yeah, it's definitely walking away is the card I got. So you definitely need to shift away from the friends that aren't good for you. Ways of thinking Loyalty that you don't need. You don't need to be loyal to anybody who doesn't deserve it. That's what I'm just being shown. Walking away from feelings and friends and beliefs that no longer serve you. That's what you need to do to help bring in. And I just got drawn to the butterfly up here as I said that, because yeah, like I just said before, this is a great confirmation. When you walk away from the people that you really don't need to put any effort into, because they're not your people anymore, and that's okay. You will attract in some new beautiful friendships and relationships, and great brand new energy, like a butterfly emerging from its cocoon. And then you will grow and blossom, and you just thrive more when you're surrounded by like-minded people. And so your vibration raises. I've noticed that over the years I've changed over the years, and big events happen in my life. And especially when you make a mistake or something goes wrong, who sticks by you, who judges you, who knows you and gets you and understands what you're going through? Those people, you don't have to be loyal to anyone except yourself, unless they, prove it and they're there for you as well. They're great mantras. Dana, thank you so much for sharing. I attract friends who are loyal. My friends are inspiring and motivating. I only attract the presence of lifelong friendships. People love to be around me. I surround myself with exceptional humans. They are perfect. That's exactly the kind of that. Yep. I hope you're writing all those down, people. These are beautiful. Good job. Thank you so much for sharing. That's gorgeous. Yep. They're the kind of mantras that you say and just expect nothing. But of course, like nothing, expect nothing less than that, because you might say for 2 days and you're like, you can say that about your work colleagues if you don't, that was loud, if you don't want to be surrounded by drainers at work. Put that out there every time you go to work as well. And things change if you stick to it. That's the thing. People try this for a couple of days and they're like, oh, nothing's happening. Well, you have to do the work too. You can't just wish for everything to happen. You actually have to do stuff with a positive intention and stick. It's like doing homework. You've got to stick at it, keep doing it, really believe it, and it happens. It's amazing what shifts. I've seen people do that at work, and then they're like, what's happened to my boss after a couple of weeks? They changed jobs, or their attitude just shifted, or a new boss came in, like all different things happen. And they're just like, wow, you are powerful. You can make things happen as long as you're doing it with love and good. You don't want to wish anything bad on anybody. If you want them out of your life, you want them to grow and change and improve, rather than anything negative happen. So you've got to come from a good place at the same time. Yes. All right, scanning to see if I've whoever I'm drawn to for a question. Let's see. Checking between. Why are you so drawn to amethyst, Maria? Whitelock or Whitlock? Wow. Well, amethyst is like the psychic crystal. That's usually the first crystal from so many people that intuitive people get drawn to, because it's the third eye. Amethyst. This is why my hair is purple. I wear purple in my hair because it's the third eye, it's intuition. So I wear that for other people because it's color therapy. It helps open your own third eye. So, and you'll see a lot of psychics and things, they really work with a lot of purple and they're really drawn to it. It happens all the time. My marquee is purple that I use for markets and things. That's my favorite color. I wear it all the time. Yeah, I see a lot of psychics that dye their hair purple like I do. And amethyst is usually the number one favorite. So it's a very intuitive awakening your third eye. This is when you're ready to wake it up and really use it and tune in. So that'd be why you're so drawn to amethyst, honey. And look up the properties of amethyst and see what else you need to know about it and why you're drawn to it. Then it'll just make sense when you look at the properties of it and what about, and what it does and what it can help with, and be like, that's why I'm drawn to amethyst. Awesome. Your favorite color is purple. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yep, that's why. Yeah, I have an amethyst ring. It's huge, but the actual ring itself is a bit big on me now, so it slips off, so I don't wear it that often because I don't want to lose it. I've lost it before and it turned up like months later. Oh, that's another thing about crystals. If you break one, it just means you're supposed to share it. Like you might have two parts of it, you're supposed to give one to somebody else. Or if it's in a necklace, for example, and it falls off and smashes, you just don't need to wear it anymore. You don't need to have it on you anymore. It's not like it's cursed or anything's wrong with it. It's just like you're done with having it. It's done its work and you don't have to wear it all the time. Or if you lose a crystal, you just don't need it anymore. That's fine. Like it's just letting you know that. even if it was your favorite one. Also, what else was I going to say about that? Oh, I just lost it. Okay, if it comes back to me, I'll tell you. Obviously, wasn't supposed to say it right now. Yeah, I've had people worry when they broke a crystal or something that they thought something was wrong, but it's fine. It's fine, like it doesn't matter. I had a crystal, I was wearing a crystal and I only wore it for 2 weeks, and it mustn't have liked me because then the necklace got caught on the loofah in my shower, and the necklace dropped off me and it smashed on the base, it broke off the bit that you wear. So I just held it and asked it, okay, so I'm not supposed to wear it anymore. And then I got shown to put it in my purse. So the broken bit is in my purse now, and that lives there. I don't need to wear it on my body. It was a bit too much, or I just didn't need it. So that's how you know. Oh yeah, your colour is now purple, but now it used to be pink. Yeah, so you've moved from the heart chakra to the third eye for your spiritual journey. Yeah, mine used to be like aqua when I was younger, and now I'm really moving towards. I wear purple in my hair, still have it around, but I really like a burnt orange colour, and that's the feminine energy, the sexuality, and all that to do with the sacral chakra. So that's like my new favourite colour, although it's like second, like still love purple, dark purple. Anyone else have any specific questions they would like a card reading for? If you're still watching or I've missed you, you can repeat your question. Just scrolling through to see if I missed anything. Think a good job, guys, helping each other out and answering other people's questions. Just wait to see if any come through, because we've still got a few minutes, so I have time to do any more readings for anyone who hasn't had one. Is anyone on Spirit Readings page? I don't see many questions jumping up on there. There's more of you. There is more of you on Spiritual Events Directory at the moment. You love yours answered. Can you remind me your question then, Joanne, because I can't find it. And will my business improve and get busier, from Janice. Ben, what's your main soul contract? Well, that's probably more for a one-on-one consultation than doing that with here, because that doesn't really come up in the cards. And we're doing mini card readings, honey. But yeah, but we can just tune in. Yeah, I can suss out that for you. Not on the topic. It doesn't have to be on the topic, your question, by the way, Ben. It doesn't have to be about crystals. It's more that that's a bit deeper to check out what your main life lessons are. So usually the stuff that's stressful, challenges in your life and things like that are your main lessons. Everybody's, one of their biggest lessons is your higher self wants you to be able to stand in front of the mirror naked and not complain about anything. And I say that about physically, your appearance, and naked as in, everything you've ever done, the mistakes you feel you've made, or the choices and decisions over your life, forgiving yourself everything, your light and dark side, masculine, feminine, everything about yourself, and just loving every aspect of yourself without any resentment or guilt or disappointment in your life. That's where you need to get to. Everybody needs to be able to get to that spot as well, that sweet spot of just absolute self-love, not just for yourself, but then for everybody else, every kind of person. That's everybody's lesson in general. We all have that same one, and then we have other lessons along the way, what we chose to come here. So, Janice, will my business improve and get busier? All right, let's have a look at the energy around your business. I want to see if it's, what's going on with it now, and then something you need to focus on. So what's currently the energy around it now, and then some advice for you is what we're going to do. That's what your higher self wants you to know. So we'll have a look at Janice's business specifically. What's the energy around it now, and some advice for you moving forward. All right, energy around it now, some advice. Energy around it now. Got 2 chakra cards for that, which is interesting. The energy around your business now, we got the throat chakra, so all about communication and being authentic. So it's like you need to share it more, talk about it more, do live videos explaining it. That's what I'm just seeing, like putting it out there more, having the courage to step up and speak promote it, network, lots of throat chakra sharing. And, you know, we've been talking about crystals today, so blue, lapis lazuli, sodalite, any blue crystals. The energy about the advice as well, besides, so maybe it's not just what you need to do, it's what you're doing with your business now is what, you know, it's all about the throat chakra and promoting it, putting it out there. And maybe you public speak, like things like that, talk, maybe you teach, whatever it is that your business is. The advice, I'm going to do another card to go with it because it's also a chakra card. It's the Sacral Chakra, which I mentioned before, about creativity, sexuality, the goddess energy, connecting with women, it feels like that beautiful energy. So I'm just going to pick another card to go with that. So get more creative, because that's what the chakra is about. That's your advice for the business. And it will help you get unstuck, because we've got the all tied up card. So it's sort of like it will help shift that energy. So some movement. I don't know what the business is, but some movement in your business. That'll help shift it along. It's just showing me movement, dance. I'd love to know what your business is. So I hope that helps. Beautiful. All right, just scrolling. All right, so Kerry asked, I'm starting a new business, when will it take off? So I can't exactly ask when, because it's just, when you do a reading, it's about the energy of the day and it changes so much because of free will. So it's like, I'm going to ask, what do you need to do to help it take off? Like there might be something that you're missing. So I'm just going to draw a card. We're going to do a quick step 1, step 2 outcome for you, Kerry, about what you need to do to help it take off. Okay, because you have control over that. It's not just what was going to happen. It's all a reflection on you, what you're doing, what you're thinking about. If you're thinking more about everything will be better when this takes off and you're stressed, then you're attracting more stress and more things to worry about. So it might be just a shift in your consciousness and how you're thinking. So let's have a look. Step 1, step 2 outcome for your business about it taking off. Step 1, step 2 outcome. Step 2 outcome. Step 1, okay. There's somebody, or it could even be yourself, but there's somebody, we've got the deceit card. So that's about somebody talking behind your back, or could be like a competitor or somebody who's not really happy with what you're doing, not very supportive, speaking of, you know, fake friends and things like that, you know, that sort of running name through the mud. Or it could be your own self-sabotage of how you're thinking you're not quite good enough. What do I think I'm doing? You know, that little voice that's sometimes like, who do you think you are running your own business, or, you know, that kind of thing. So handling that and recognizing it and shifting and releasing it, that deceit. The next step is a beautiful card that's about new beginnings and sunshine, rainbows. It's got a baby in there, which is about, so we're asking about a business this way. I don't know if you can see that clearly. It's about new beginnings, and so it's kind of like welcoming this beautiful new energy and being excited and happy. It's just changing. They're just showing me to change your thoughts just a little bit, because if it's been a bit slow to start and you're like, when will it finally take off? Say things like, it is taking off. I am doing amazing. Show me, you know, just show me what else you'd like me to focus on. Breathe new life and energy into it, because there's just some words that you're using that are just attracting some more negativity around and sort of delaying the energy to start off really well. That's all I'm being shown with that. And the outcome, if you do that, if you can get rid of the negative self-talk and just focus on the good stuff, get the healer of the ages, which is just beautiful, just showing you can achieve anything. You have the power, and everything will just, you've got support and guidance around you, and it will just do really well. So that's a beautiful outcome card. If you can do those steps that I just mentioned. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, okay. Janice just wanted to check which crystal should I sleep with. As you said earlier, I use too many. Oh yeah, if you have too many crystals around you when you're in bed, it might be too many and it can overstimulate you. So getting rid of them all. Just checking. Use your own intuition, Janice, and just hold each one for a second and say which one is best for me to sleep with, and just see which one feels right to you, because everybody's different. There's no set rules. So just maybe pick one or two, then that's it, and put the others that are in your room just in another room or somewhere else, so it's not too much and will help you sleep better. But a grounding crystal, like something like smoky quartz or any black crystals like that, are great for helping you sleep, so you're not too much in your head. If you don't want to have lots of lucid, but if you want to have lucid dreaming and connect when you're sleeping, you would use quartz and all like crown chakra crystals and things like that that will amplify it. It depends on what you want. Do you want to sleep, or do you want to have crazy spiritual dreams? So yes. All right, beautiful. Time for one more. Pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. Oh, good confirmation, Janice. So oh, okay, yes, you do struggle with promoting yourself, so that's perfect. Good. Well, glad that made sense for you then. That's really good, because I know it's accurate, but it's just really nice when you understand what it means for you, which is really good. And it's a bit trickier when you're not speaking to the client as well, but it's beautiful. So yeah, promoting and speaking up and putting yourself out there is exactly what you need to do. So fantastic. Awesome, that's really good. So thank you so much, everybody, for connecting today. I hope you learned something about crystals, and if you missed the start, the first 25 minutes we were talking all different things about crystals and the shapes and the colors and the quality and gridding and all different things. So if I missed anything on there and there's any other questions around crystals you'd like to answer, just please post it in the comments and I'll come back and answer that for you. If you would like a reading or a healing, coaching, or mentoring, spiritual mentoring, all different things that I do, have a look at my website. The coaching isn't on there at the moment. We're updating the website to put that on there, so you can just shoot me a message to hear more about that, so you can work with me to help change your life and help the universe work for you, to really understand how it does and how you can change your mindset to be really optimistic and shiny and be in flow. And in being in flow means, you know, when you bang on doors, they open. When you want a car park at the front of the shopping center, it's there. You know, just everything just works for you. And that's what my goal is, to help people achieve. So things are always working for you and you're always doing amazing. And when the times that aren't amazing, you know how to deal with it and release it and not dwell in it and move on to something even more amazing. So thank you so much. I love you, and thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.